What's going on, everybody? Was it just you guys, or did that video just like abruptly end? It kind of ended just like kind of abruptly for me.
I was wondering if you remember.
I was wondering who was doing the intro. I thought it was supposed to be you, and the pause kind of caught all of us by mistake.
Yeah, I was wondering if you forgot what you were doing.
No, okay. Well, then it must have been me or something. I don't know. I must have just had a little, like, hop and a skip. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm on Wi-Fi. I don't know what you want. I'm on that Walmart Wi-Fi, I suppose. Anyway, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing this evening? We have a wonderful show for you tonight. We are going to have a wonderful debate where it's going to likely be Alex and I versus Slags, with the Martin Brodeur versus Patrick Roy. We're going to continue our talks on the divisions. We're going to continue with Metro Division tonight. For those of the teams that made the playoffs, one did not, in the New York Rangers, but we just decided to cut the divisions in half and 4 and 4. The Metro just didn't have 4 teams to make it. And then we're going to round tonight off with another little thing that was posted, I believe, last week it was. The top 20 wingers in the NHL were announced by NHL Network. And so we're going to discuss it a little bit. Anyway, so as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host and Rick, Alex Ferngully.
What was that? Wait a second, I got insulted there somehow.
Yeah, called him pretty, dude. Buddy, get used to it. Our first segment is going to be nuts. And then of course you'll love him. We wouldn't be here without him. Rick Slags.
Goddamn right. Remember that.
Ooh, what a loser! What a loser,
guys! I brought you into this world, I can take you out.
All right. Well, let's start with a fun one. And I don't know if the fans have listened to this episode previously, or not this one specifically, but we had an episode like this. Alex and I used to have a show on the channel called The Sin Bin, where we would kind of debate some topics on the NHL. We have just since not been able to do that. But one of the episodes. Sorry, Alex.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but we need to revive it this year.
I think we should just include Rick as part of it. He keeps bringing up good debates. But there was an episode where we actually debated Rick on Alex Ovechkin. And I can't remember the exact specifics of that argument. Oh, it was over Gretzky. Would he have already broken the goal?
No, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was over Gretzky, but yeah, it involved Ovechkin, and I didn't do too well. I didn't do too well in that one.
But tonight you said you might do well.
Oh, I will do well.
Oh, he will do well. Overconfidence is your weakness.
Because you can tell
your friends is your
in a debate between who would you rather, Patrick Roy or Marty Brodeur, I am not picking Marty Brodeur. You can tell that, right?
Well, yeah, you're a Canadians fan, so I'd imagine there's bias there.
There's clues.
There's a slight chance that you might be biased.
There's clues behind me.
6%. We'll put it like 6% chance.
6% chance. Patrick Roy is my favorite all-time NHL goalie.
I'm not gonna say Patrick Roy was a bad goalie. He wasn't. He was a phenomenal goaltender.
And I mean, I'm not gonna say that about Brodeur either. He was a great goalie.
But I feel like you're wrong. But anyway, so going back to just the point a little bit. But
the question is, who would you rather?
Oh, who would I rather? Sure.
That was the question.
You're asking not who's better?
Because I don't know. Are we debating who's the better goalie, or are we debating who would you rather have?
I think you can argue both in the same. So why not make it fun? Make it both. But I mean, tonight we're just gonna have a little mini sin bin on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Little mini sin bin. Marty Brodeur versus Patrick Roy. Rick, this actually. Let's get ready to rumble. Rick actually posted this photo in our hockey group chat today, and It was a picture from Hockey Vice, and it had a thumbs up or a heart for who'd you rather, either Patrick Roy or Martin Brodeur. And it kind of sparked a bit of a debate in the group chat. So we decided to kind of dump one of our other topics that will eventually be mentioned in another podcast and substitute that. So we'll do that next week. We're going to keep that a surprise for you guys. But we decided it would be more fun to have a debate about these two amazing goaltenders. I mean, they really were. They have a crazy amount of accolades, and so it let it begin. I don't know. Someone say something. I'm elated. I have everything up too.
I think it's fair to say these are probably in the maybe the two best goalies in NHL history. Right, so I'm not gonna say. So I just stay. Right, I just wasn't a big Marty Brodeur fan, but there's no doubt of what he did. So, but I think the question here is, who would you rather have? Right, and for me, that means who would you rather have in a big game, in the playoffs, in a Game 7? And I'll say, starting out, bar down, every single day of the week, Patrick Roy is my goalie in those situations. He's money in the bank, and I'm going to prove why.
All right, then prove why.
Prove why.
You're not going to defend.
State your case, counselor. State your case.
Wait. That was just opening arguments. What about your opening argument?
Opening argument is I'm taking Marty Brodeur. It's sick to say that as a fan of a rival team where he probably helped prevent us make at least 2 cups. Yeah, Marty Brodeur is, in my opinion, if I had to pick a goalie, the one goalie I'd pick to start a must-win game.
Pardon my my cat. I'm gonna close my door so you
don't hear my cat. Marty Brodeur too.
Yeah, he's arguing.
I mean, it's no secret I'm picking Marty Brodeur too. It's not just about like who I would want to pick in a Game 7 situation. It's just his overall skill set and who he was as a player. So if I had to pick between someone on who I would rather, I would pick who I believe is the better goaltender, and I believe that is Marty Brodeur. I mean,
that's fine.
They're close in many facets. They really are. Like it's no question that they are. Like, one has one more cup than the other. One has another Vezina than the other. One has 3 Conn Smythes. The other one has none. And they're tied for the Lady Byng. I mean, you can kind of fall down a rabbit hole with who you guys think is better. So it's kind of like
except I have something different that you guys don't have on this. I, with my own eyes, watched these guys play a lot in my day. Patrick Roy especially, but I saw Marty play plenty. So I have that, and
But you're biased for being a Montreal fan.
But you know what? I'm not doing this on bias.
Okay.
How about this, Greg?
I don't have to do this on bias because I think I have enough reasons why. Patrick Roy is not only the guy that I would go to every single time in a big game or a Game 7, but why he was the best goalie ever.
I'd like to read a couple of incredible statistics by Marty Brodeur.
Go ahead.
Most wins of all time, 691. His career goals against average is 2.24. He stretched his career out for 23 seasons. He had an opportunity to bring those numbers down a bit, playing all the way to age 42. Did it. Because in his age 40 season, he had a 2.22 goals against average. He was still playing absolutely superb. Outside of his first year in the NHL, where he only played 4 games, so I don't even really count that. Every year he had a save percentage of over 900. Absolutely ridiculous. He has the most shutouts of all time at 125. And he's got 3 cups. He took the Devils to their only 3 cups ever. And honestly, when push comes to shove, with that much longevity where you play that consistently good for so long, even in his final year in St. Louis, mind you, I did make a slight error I want to adjust. His final year in St. Louis at his age 42 season, he had a .899 save percentage. So there's 1 year he did. But even then, in his final year in St. Louis at age 42, he had a .899 save percentage and 2.87 goals against average. In today's NHL, that's still considered an average goalie. At age 42, this is Marty Brodeur. He defined consistency. He never got beat on shots it seemed like he should have been beat. His bad goals he allowed were limited at best. His glove hand was ridiculous. His vision was superb. You give me a guy, I'm taking Marty Brodeur. And I sickens to say that.
Alex is just glazing him, man.
I'll go. I'm going to count. Let me counter. With Patrick Roy's final season, he had a 218 goals against and a 920 save percentage. Not bad.
How old was Bois in his final year?
But you could say, and you've argued this before, some of his Marty Brodeur stuff are because he played so long.
37.
So?
That 5-year gap matters significantly. But I don't think so. When you're talking from 37 to 42, I think so.
Patrick Roy did not invent the butterfly, but he made it popular. He was the butterfly in his early years. One of the 100 greatest one of the 100 greatest NHL players. So is Brodeur in history. He was hailed as the king of goaltenders, known as St. Patrick for a reason. 4 cup wins, twice with Montreal, twice with Colorado. In 2004, Roy was selected as the greatest goaltender in NHL history by a panel of 41 writers, and that was coupled with a simultaneous fan poll. The only NHL player to win the Conn Smythe 3 times. Not the only NHL goalie. The only NHL player to win it 3 times. And the only one to do it in 3 different decades. The 80s, 90s, and 2000s. The only one to do so with 2 different teams. And at 20 was the youngest to ever do so. So he won it also 3 out of 4 cup wins. He was the Conn Smythe winner. In 1993 playoffs, he had an 11-game winning streak, and 10 of those games were 10 straight overtime wins. A feat that I don't think you'll ever see again. Last thing before I got more, but the last thing I'll go here. In 1986, I can't remember if it was 86 or 93. I kind of think it was 93 versus the New York Rangers. I believe it was in OT. Roy had about a 2-minute barrage of shots against. And I mean a barrage where it was just 2 minutes of them getting the puck back and shooting it, blah, blah, blah. I don't know where the defense was. He gave up nothing, and it was the best, most acrobatic goaltending performance that I have ever seen up until that point and since then. And that led to, and that's the famous, the wink from that.
So you said he was voted by a panel to be the #1 goaltender, but why wouldn't you Google search anything that Martin Brodeur is widely considered the best NHL goaltender of all time, considering he has the record for most NHL wins and shutouts, like Alex mentioned?
Well,
that's my question.
At the time that panel was put together, Marty hadn't passed him in that yet.
Okay, so then that's a problem. So then I motion to remove that from evidence.
No, I don't.
As it is not substantiated at this time.
No, it's still evidence. I'm sorry. Do you have somewhere where
I would like to add another?
Wait. Have you got somewhere where Marty Brodeur was voted as the all-time best goaltender, or are you going by stats and numbers?
I mean, if it happened before Marty Brodeur was able to even finish his career, I would consider that it's a biased vote because you're trying to compare the 2 guys. So I would say it's kind of hard to.
What if there's a goalie that comes up?
It's kind of hard to say that Roy is the best goaltender of all time, considering he doesn't have the most wins or shutouts all time.
What if there's a goalie that comes up since those 2 guys, but we don't know yet? And does that mean that it's invalid that at one point he was?
Okay, so fine. You can. I agree. Fine. No, I agree. Fine. 1 point you can say yes, he was voted this, but this was and it's important to mention that this was at a time where Martin Brodeur had not done what he was doing. He had a longevity of consistency. 22 seasons, 10 consecutive seasons where he played 70-plus games, showcasing a durability. Like that's nuts.
Listen, I'm not knocking Brodeur for his career, but the whole point of this is, who would you rather? I didn't come into this thinking, okay, I got to prove that Patrick Roy was the best goalie ever. I didn't think that was it. I'm here to prove why I would rather Patrick Roy. So
that's
fine. I'm trying to think, Cam. Marty Brodeur, and this is insane thinking about this in today's day and age when it comes to the NHL. Marty Brodeur had 5 different seasons where he played at least 75 games. That's insane. Yep. And let me read you some crazy statistics about his playoff numbers. His save percentage in the playoffs was better than his save percentage in the regular season. .192 in the regular season, .19919 in the playoffs. He has the all-time record for playoff shutouts with 24. And his goals against average 2.02. He had 5, 6, 7 separate playoff runs where his goals against average started with.
I could give you Patrick Roy's, but I don't have it.
Patrick Roy, in the same perspective. I will give Patrick Roy one argument in favor of Rick, not that I'm trying to help him. Patrick Roy did play when goal scoring was elevated more in the 80s, at least a bit, so I can at least give Rick that argument. Patrick Roy's playoff numbers, save percentage is better. Actually not better. It's about the same. It's .918. Goals against average is 2.3. He has 23 shutouts, which is right there with him. So he's got one more cup. I'll give him that.
And 3 more Conn Smythes.
And 3 more.
I'm not willing to kind of add the Conn Smythe here for several reasons, because when you win the Stanley Cup,
40 more wins.
He played 5 more years. One of my points though is, who would you rather? So adding the Conn Smythes, that's the whole point. What's the point of playing these games? What do? Try to win the Stanley Cup.
No, you can.
Here's the goalie. Here's the goalie. Has 1 more cup win. Has a Conn Smythe in 3 different decades. So you can't say, well, as an older goalie, he won a Conn Smythe as near the end of his career.
It's a valid.
No, I'm not saying that's bad. Well, so no, I agree. It is a valid point, but also, did Roy win a Calder? He did not. Brodeur did.
Okay.
So while the trophies are nice too, it's not just the trophies, because I have this argument too with respect to the Selke. The Selke trophy is historically biased towards centers. So and I'm trying to say, with certain trophies, there are biases there. That's why I'm kind of iffy on some of them. But Rouen never scored. I don't think he ever scored a goal. Brodeur has the record for goals scored by a goalie with 3, 2 in the regular season, 1 in the playoffs. So honestly, if I need an empty net goal, I might have just done it.
I'm going to say, I would think that's not a thing to even look at. He's a goalie. Offense isn't his game. You can't.
If you can get a goalie to score a goal, I would consider that pretty darn good.
Patrick Roy doesn't have a goal.
That's offense, buddy. That's offense,
he's a goalie, buddy. So he doesn't have a goal.
Yeah, but hey, listen, I know
45 assists.
Every day I'm paid.
Is an argument personally.
Oh, kiss my grits. Kiss my grits. If you are paid every day just to do your job, you're not going to get promoted. You know what I mean? If you think of it this way, but if you go above and beyond your job expectations, what happens? You get rewarded. So that's why I think it is extremely valid to count those 3 goals. He's the only goalie to do it, and he is the reason that the NHL decided to make a rule change, adding the trapezoid. He is the cited reason.
That part of the argument.
Patrick Roy was no slouch handling the puck. If he had 15 goals, you could look and go, "Wow, 3 goals, 3 goals." You're gonna make that argument. With 3 goals.
How many other goalies have scored a goal?
We're talking about practice,
or even
practice. Who you AI? I didn't know Rick had an Allen.
Crazy, it's it absolutely reduced. But Roy didn't have a rule change because of him. That's nuts.
Patrick, wow, records. Most NHL playoff games played by a goalie, 247, and third most by any player. Most NHL playoff wins, 151. That's at the time that it might be different after Brodeur. I don't know. First goalie to play 1,000 games. I know that Brodeur has done that since. First to win 500 games. Most 20-plus win seasons, 17. 11 All-Star games. And his share of Jennings and Vezinas. It's not bad.
How many Vezinas did
I didn't count them. I didn't count them.
Patrick Roy has 3. Brodeur has 4.
So one Vezina.
Sure, it's not the Jennings that he's got 3, and Vezinas he's got more. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, doesn't matter. I didn't count.
They're tied for Jennings at 5 apiece.
That's fine. That's fine. So, again, in a would you rather, and if I remove my bias, it's a toss-em.
It's close. It's definitely close.
Toss-em.
It's a toss-em.
It's close.
I like Patrick Roy because he's my favorite. But if you're going the greatest goalie, the spots where I say why Patrick Roy is better are those big game wins, those Conn Smythe trophies in the playoffs, those kind of things. And it was less watered down teams in those days, and it was the era of the goal scorer. So I don't know, but
Rick, let me ask you this: you watched a lot of Montreal Canadiens games, but how many New Jersey Devils games have you actually watched?
Enough with the goddamn trap. With the trap, they played the trap. You don't think that helped Brodeur?
Oh, the 1-3-1. I absolutely hate that.
The 1-3-1.
Right, so you don't think that helped Brodeur? I mean, there's a reason why they outlawed playing the trap.
Listen, the 1-3-1 can burn you if you have a faster forward than the D guy. Yeah, it can burn you.
I hate the 1-3-1.
I do, but there are ways like smarter coaches can beat the 1-3-1, and it's annoying.
We hated it.
It's the most chicken shit way to play defense.
Hated it. So here's a goalie that you want to say the greatest goalie playing behind a chicken shit fucking defense.
But he's played under multiple defenses.
He also
most of his career was played with the trap.
Wasn't most of Roy's career played in Montreal? If not all of it.
Yeah, most of
Colorado.
Yeah. And why? So what's
it's like 60-40 Montreal.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, so he played for 2 teams, and how many did Marty Brodeur play for?
Well, 2 at least.
He played for St. Louis in like his last year or 2.
Yeah, I think it was just St. Louis in his last year. What does that mean?
Devils in St. Louis. So he predominantly played for.
You know the story behind why Patrick Roy was traded. If you're going to just say, well, Patrick Roy got traded, you better tell the story. Because
he was traded. I know he also wanted out of Montreal, didn't he? Wasn't he left in the net?
There's a story why, and if you don't know the story, you can't really comment on and say, well, he got traded, so he's not as good. I mean,
no, I never said it's because he got traded. I said he did just play for 2 different teams. I'm not going to just say like, oh, he got
not
traded.
like he went all over the place. 2 teams because they did something to him that I don't blame him. What happened? Want me to tell the story?
Did they leave him in net?
Yeah, they left him in net for 9 goals against Detroit, and it was because Mario Tremblay, who was just named because they fired Demers, he was a former roommate on the road of Patrick Roy, and he wanted to establish his dominance. So he basically told him, "Fuck you, you're staying out there," and he embarrassed him. And Patrick Roy had an ego, and he was St. Patrick. Came off the ice and went to the GM, who was sitting right there, and said, "That's it. Played my last game here." 5 days later, they traded him.
Well, yeah, didn't he request the trade? Like, kind of unofficial.
That's the last game I play here for you.
Yep. So, yeah, I don't think that's an ego thing. I don't think that's an ego thing. I feel like that's just
he'd tell you
for your goaltender.
He'd tell you it today that he should have just swallowed his pride. I feel like that's just in an interview. He should have just swallowed his pride. If you look back at it,
yeah, I still feel no. See, I feel like he's taking a very political approach to it. But if you're looking at that on the outside looking in, you would have the same reaction too if you're being left out there to dry and you're not being pulled.
Yes,
because then now at that point the coach is not doing anything to help your team.
He's
so it's
not
like
saying
you're not having a good night.
I don't think he said like he would have he was capable to do something different, but in hindsight, he should have done that. He shouldn't have overreacted, but he overreacted because he was highly competitive, fiery, and fucking hated to lose. If anyone hated to lose, Patrick Roy hated to lose.
I'll give Rick this. He's putting up a better fight than last time. This isn't elder abuse, at least.
Yeah, last time he just rolled over and died.
I took self-defense courses.
Yeah, he was like, he went through therapy for 3 weeks after that.
Listen, I'm telling you, Patrick, I'll defend him, and I'll defend him well.
I respect the opinion. I'll stick with Marty, but Rick at least gave a valid argument.
I'm sticking with Marty too. I mean, like, listen, I love Patrick Roy too. I loved it when he played for the Colorado Avalanche because he was a big reason. I think also why Ray Bourque got his cup. So I think that was huge. So I have a lot of respect for Roy. I love the fact that he's coaching, the Islanders right now. So I'm glad he's still in the game. I don't necessarily know.
He's not as good of a coach as he was as a goaltender. That's
not saying much. That's a pretty high bar to hit.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Were you looking for Barry Trotz level coach? Oh, sorry.
Well, I did good. I'll call
that
a victory.
You did good,
you
Rick.
Didn't wipe the floor with me.
Right. You still lost because
I defended my Alex guy. I don't think I lost. Personally, I don't think I lost.
But I'll give it a win by decision.
No, our judges are watching. Let us know in the comment section who won that debate. Let us know.
Fans, let us know.
You guys are the judges.
Who would you pick, fans? Marty Brodeur or Patrick Roy? It's a good argument for both. Actually, you know what? I'll leave it. I'm going to throw a third name in the ring just for fun. I'm going to throw a wrench in this bitch. Dominic Hasek.
No.
Yeah, but again, and I love Hasek. He was great, but he's. I'm
just saying that's a third name in the ring. If you go look at the hockey
longevity. Writers, he didn't have exactly that longevity because near the end, his groin, he had a groin injury, I think on both sides that he just couldn't overcome anymore. And being the floppy, out of position kind of goalie where he's got to make that spectacular save,
don't disagree.
He couldn't have that longevity.
I don't disagree, but if you're going to say things like with the eye test and, all of that, if you go look at the hockey writers, they have Brodeur at 3, Hasek at 2, and Roy at 1.
Well, there you go.
Clearly, there are people out there that believe that Hasek believes in the top 3, and I think he could be in the top 3.
Well, listen, you guys didn't get a chance to see him like in a game, like as it happens, but man, Hasek was amazing. He made spectacular saves, but that's because he wasn't a positional guy. Like he made because he was a flip flopping kind of guy, and when his groin went, that he was done when the groin went.
Yeah, sounds like my goalie in beer league. He just flails his body around. No, I'm just kidding. Matt's a good guy. He's awesome.
Because you're out of position a little bit, but that was his game. He was just flip flopping, but he was great. Hasek was amazing to watch, and I don't doubt that he's. But you saw the writer said Roy's still better. Yeah, victory. Yeah.
I feel like he's just taking a self victory, Alex. Should we give it to him? Give it to him.
Yeah, because I won.
I'll give it to you out of pity.
Never mind pity.
We'll give it to you, Rick, because we love you.
Fuck your pity.
It was a good argument. You made a good case for why. Yeah, I don't even think. Here's the thing, Rick. I don't think you even needed to make the case for Roy. He made the case for himself, but you did a good job at helping it. Unlike the Gretzky Ovechkin argument, you definitely. You fumbled that bag, but that was good. Fans, also take a look at the sin bin where Rick was our special guest. It was actually a good debate.
No, don't look at that. Keep playing this one over and over where I won. It's the best one.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go dive.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's go dive quickly into the Metro Division. I don't think this will take too long, and then we'll dive really quickly into the top 20 wingers. So the 4 teams that we're going to discuss tonight are the 3 teams that made the playoffs plus the New York Rangers. So we have the Carolina Hurricanes. This is going to be in no particular order because I definitely botched that last week. The Carolina Hurricanes, New York Rangers, Washington Capitals, and the New Jersey Devils. Alex, why don't you start with whatever team you want to kind of discuss with it? Like, let's leave it open-ended because I don't know if you remember last week. I completely botched it.
Let's start with Carolina since that was the first team you named. Carolina, this team looks good on paper. I think they won the division last year, right? No, sure. I'm sorry, Washington. They were second in the Metro. Ended up making all the way to the conference final where they lost to the Florida Panthers narrowly in 5 games. Congratulations, you finally won a conference finals game, Carolina. Please come to our games.
Right, but they got spanked by Florida. I mean,
I'm giving them
that
opinion. Close. But listen, Carolina's still good. This team isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
You added Nikolai Ehlers. That was the big ad of the offseason. You got your first-line winger there to pair up with Svechnikov and Aho. You're hoping Jarvis continues to progress. You just had that big extension on Jackson Blake. We're going to see how that pans out. Also, this doesn't get talked about enough. The big addition at the trade deadline of adding Logan Stankoven.
Yeah,
after the Mikko Rantanen thing didn't really work out. So,
and young, I mean,
look at Carolina. This team's deep at forward. There's a lot of talent. You don't have to worry about KK being their friggin' 2C anymore with Jarvis now sliding into the spot more consistently. You got good winger help top to bottom. I mean, Svechnikov, Ehlers, Hall, Blake, Stankoven. That's 5 really good wingers. They did lose a bit on the decor. Burns is gone. Orlov is gone.
But they got Keandre Miller.
Yep, that's a big ad.
I forgot about that.
That was a good ad.
Yeah, good replacement. If a big guy like Burns, he's gone. You get a guy like Keandre. That's a good replacement for that size on the back end and meanness too.
Don't let him spit on your Doughty.
He's physical.
And then you added Alexander Niskanen, who was their big top defenseman prospect out of the KHL. He's like their defensive version of what me and Rick have for our super prospects. Well, not really prospects anymore. Thing is in net. Do you feel Go ahead.
I agree. Like, I think their forward core is up and it's pretty good. It's just my thing with them are like in Rod Brind'Amour. I'm like, is he going to know how to disperse that appropriately? That's going to be my big question for Rod. Like, how is he going to weaponize this offensive core? And then the second piece to it is you.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Alex. I'll say this before we go on to the net piece and or your point. My thing with it is defensively too. It's definitely not the strongest defensive core that Carolina has seen over the last few years.
Valid.
They're going to need to build some chemistry because it's relatively all new. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just going to be a work in progress for them. And I think you're going to see some pair jugglings, and you might see that predominantly in preseason, but I think you might even see a lot of it during the regular season too, as they try to navigate this through. But Rod's an excellent defensive coach. I just have a question on how he's going to apply the offense and, get it to be where it needed to be, because they missed out big on Mitch Marner, who I thought they really needed. He was the guy I thought that they needed the most. Nikolai Ehlers is a good consolation prize, but I think Mitch Marner was the guy they needed.
Did they really miss out on Marner, or because was Marner really going to ever be going there, or he had his eyes set on Vegas the whole time?
I don't know. Maybe Marner could have.
Yeah, that could have went multiple different ways. Here's my thing for Carolina. We know this team's good. This is one of the top teams in the East. We know they're going to make the playoffs. So probably likely have home ice in the first round at the bare minimum. It's what they can do in the playoffs. This team just seems like they cannot get over that conference finals hump. And this isn't the first time they've been there. They lost to Florida twice. They lost to the Bruins once in 2019. Like, this team has gotten to the conference finals a handful of times and just seems like they stumble. They've lost in the second round, I think, once to the Rangers, there was another team that they lost to too. I can't remember who's off the top of my head.
You think it's Brind'Amour can't?
Realistically, the main question is, can Brind'Amour elevate this team?
That's what I'm saying. Can he get them over that hump?
I don't think it's Brind'Amour.
So what do you think the problem is?
I don't mean to interrupt you guys. I don't think it's Brendan Moore. I think because what is the highest number of points that a player scored in the 2024-2025 regular season on the team? Who do you think it was, and what do you think the point value was?
Without looking, I would guess. Well, Marty Natchez was on pace to be that, but then he got traded. So I'm gonna guess Aho or Jarvis, one of those two.
Oh, I think maybe Jarvis.
Okay, so I had to guess without looking.
Alex, pick one.
I'm gonna go Jarvis
or Aho. Okay,
yeah,
Jack, what do you have to say?
I don't think it was Aho.
Okay, so you both are saying Jarvis?
I'd lean to that, but I don't think it was Aho.
So you're picking Jarvis?
I'm going with Jarvis, sure.
Okay. Well, you're both wrong. It was Sebastian Aho.
Really?
How many points?
Think it was him.
How many points?
I guess somewhere in the 70s.
Yeah, not where you think he should be.
Okay. Yeah, 74 points. That's why I think they missed out on a guy like Mitch Marner. They needed 100-point score.
They needed
whether that be in the regular season. Yeah, you do. And I think that's where, and a team like Carolina could have been perfect for Mitch Marner, where they could have just said, we'll worry about the defense, you worry about the goal scoring. And that would have put him off. It would have been a much better dynamic, I think, for him.
But it's not what I said. I didn't say that it wouldn't been a good place for Marner to put up points and stuff. What I said was Mitch Marner not like he was looking at Vegas the whole time, and
I agree.
Carolina would have been a fallback. Yeah, is North Carolina not also?
But that's the thing.
I don't know.
Carolina's goals, like offensive output, dried up in the playoffs. That's what it really came down to. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can point to Brendan Moore, and my whole argument was just them going over the hump in general.
And goaltending
needs to do a better job getting the best out of these guys, but the guy isn't on the ice. Not anymore, at least.
No.
These guys got to perform. The personnel, the forward core needs to score when it matters the most. That Carolina offense just seemed like they went dry in the playoffs, especially in the later rounds.
In the later rounds. They dry up. Yeah. And the goaltending, didn't it dry up in that third round?
The third round did, yes.
They couldn't stop.
I mean, I don't know. Give Florida some credit. They're a wagon. Like, you know what I mean? You got to put some credit on Florida, dude. Like,
of course.
Barrel rolled teams.
But it's the age-old saying. It doesn't matter who you play. You got to win your games. It doesn't matter who you play, right? So they didn't do that. And the goaltending, if I remember, in the third round, it wasn't there.
I don't disagree. But I'm just saying, like, that. I'm just pleading my case as to why Mitch Marner was important for that and why I think he was the biggest miss for that team in recent memory.
I agree with you what you said. What I saying is
Rick, I understand.
If Marner didn't want to go there, it's not a miss.
No, I understand. It's still a miss because you should, like, I don't know, you should have fought as heavily as you could have for that. But then again, Mitch Marner was traded before free agency. So there is that.
Where he asked them to trade him. So
the Carolina Hurricanes had three forwards, I should say, put up double-digit points in the playoffs. They played a total of 15 games.
Yeah, so offense has to.
That ain't cutting
it. Can Ehlers be that guy to improve that offense enough? I don't know.
I mean, it should be a boost.
Somewhat.
He's definitely a first-line talent.
No, definitely. I agree with that. But I mean, is it enough is all I'm asking.
His highest ceiling is a first line. I think he's best served as a second left wing. But yeah, he certainly can. I'm not gonna knock that. I don't know how many points he necessarily scored in that season. I can't seem to find it right now. But yeah, I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Oh, we all.
Yeah, I don't think that's really in question. No, I think it's right.
I don't think they're going to fall out.
Can they get over that hump that they have? They can't seem to get over. That's the thing. Did they make are the improvements they made enough to do that? I don't know. I don't think necessarily it could be, but I don't think you can look at it and go, yeah, they're definitely gonna, you know what I mean? Whereas if they did get Marner, you could probably look at it and say, yeah, that's probably they're going to get over that hump. But I don't know here.
I mean, I think third in the division. I think their defense just is worse. I don't think it's terrible. I just think it's worse than it was in the past few years. But I think they'll figure it out. Like I said, I give Brendan Moore a ton of credit. But I see their offense having an uptick in production, definitely for sure.
Yeah, but is it a big enough uptick? That's the question I'm asking. I don't know.
The goaltending, I mean, I think I can't answer that either because you got rid of Natchez for Rantanen effectively, and that would have been huge had it worked out, but Rantanen said fuck you. So it's definitely a downgrade from Rantanen getting Ehlers. So it's kind of like they did not optimize the most that they could have potentially have gotten. That's the only downside to the whole deal. So yes, I think Ehlers was a good consolation prize.
If you add Ehlers and Stankoven together, though, it's not a Rantanen alone where you could have another guy too, but it's not horrible.
I don't know if you can necessarily say you replaced Rantanen with Ehlers because the actual trade itself was Logan Stankoven and picks for Rantanen.
Yeah.
So
okay, you fine. You supplemented with what you got for Rantanen.
That's a little better. Yeah, that sounds more
if you
better.
really want to be nitpicky with the wording here, fine. Yes, but you definitely I don't want to say you downgraded heavily with Stankoven, but I mean Rantanen is a top 20 winger, so it's like that's another miss on the team that they couldn't figure out. Like that was bad. So I mean, they need a 100-point score. That's the way I see it, and they don't have one. That's their biggest issue right now. And I think that until they get one, it's going to be a problem.
Listen, if they can't find a 100-point score, what they have to do is find more goals. They've got to get up to around 285, somewhere in that area for this. If they're not there, they're not a real contender because, goals dry up in the playoffs. If you're not putting up, it's one of the Habs problems, right, which I think they're going to solve this year. But I think Carolina has to do that too because this seems to be the problem is they don't have enough goals to overcome that hump in the playoffs.
No, I think it's just a goal score. They can do enough to get in the playoffs. I think they'll be third in the division.
I'm putting them at first. I think they win the Metro.
Well, I don't know if they win the Metro.
Rick, how about you?
But that's a good take.
I have to give a guess I didn't know that. I don't think they. No, second or third.
Pick one.
Yeah. He's bad with have you noticed he goes, I could do this or that. It's like, just pick one.
You gotta pick one. We don't want it or.
Oh, God. Like, you don't get bonus points for getting it right. You just have to say an opinion.
Okay, second.
All right. I am, like I said, I have them winning. It doesn't necessarily mean I get to make a big run in the playoffs. That remains to be seen, but they've had plenty of regular season success.
Yep.
They've won that division a few times before. As long as they stay healthy, add my pick to win the division.
Sure.
Speaking of, if you had the pick winning the division, Washington won the division. So why don't we pivot over to them? Because I think they're going to be fine. I don't know if they're going to win the division again, but I definitely argue that they're not a bad team.
Win the division. They didn't just win the division; they won that conference.
Yeah, they won the conference.
Yeah, they're the best team in the conference, but record-wise.
But I
don't think they repeat that.
No, I don't think they repeat that. But I think they'll definitely be a playoff team.
Yeah,
they're defensively. I think they're sound, 100%. Their goaltending is league average, is what I would say. And if you look at their offense, like Dylan Strome fits like a glove. Alexei Protas is amazing. Pierre-Luc Dubois found himself. Tom Wilson found himself. And Alex Ovechkin broke the all-time goal scoring record. So I don't think that's going to slow him down. I still think that's going to motivate him. Now, motivate the other team around him? I don't know. I can't answer that. But there is talent on that team in the forward group. They signed Anthony Beauvillier to a depth piece. And, they have Ryan Leonard, Nick Dowd, Brendan Duhaime, Hendricks. The team is good.
It's a good team. It is a
good team.
Like, even once Ovechkin's going to be gone, I think they still have the makings of a team that can still be a playoff contender at the very least.
Washington has got a very good prospect pool. I mean, they still have Cole Hudson coming up. They still have Andrew Cristall coming up. I think they have another pretty good goalie prospect. I'm blanking on his name. But there's some talent coming from Washington for sure. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. I absolutely agree with that. Leonard just came up. He was their number one prospect. Yeah. If we didn't draft Mitchkov, that would have been my guy, was Ryan Leonard. But yeah, Washington they're in good shape. The only thing with the Caps is I feel like everything went perfect for them last year. Will Dylan Strome repeat the type of season he had last year? Will Ovi go on the Fountain of Youth goal-scoring streak that he went? Or at his age 40 year, will he take a step back a little bit? Will Pierre-Luc Dubois finally put his locker room bullshit to bed for 100% sure?
Okay, but I mean, for a team to finish where they did, things have to be breaking right for them. So that's just
that's my argument. Yeah. Will that happen again? I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I'm not saying they're going to miss the playoffs.
I don't think
they're not going to be division winners perfect as it did last year.
I don't think anyone's arguing. Sorry, Rick. I don't think anyone's arguing that it's going to be perfect for them. I don't think anyone's going to really think that they're going to be the division winners. But to say that they're not going to make the playoffs, or to say that,
I didn't say that.
Alex Ovechkin, to speak on Pierre-Luc Dubois' locker room, you don't fuck with Ovechkin. You don't. He will put you down.
Physically and mentally.
Yeah. He called his own goaltender a bitch on the ice. He told him to wake up.
Yeah.
That's a leader. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure Tom Wilson also is on Ovechkin's back too. And he's just and you don't want to fuck with him either. You know what I mean? It's just.
Wilson was warned,
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying in the locker room sense, not on the ice. And he has turned it around. So hopefully that continues to be the case.
He's still an asshole on the ice, but yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Sorry. But not nearly to the degree of what he's been historically.
No, I'm saying that. He has. That. He realized he can play hockey because he's a good hockey player, the asshole.
He is.
Yeah.
Dirtbag, but a good hockey player.
But I think there are less concerns about Pierre-Luc Dubois, but I do agree that Dylan Strome hopefully can repeat that. Otherwise, you turn to Alexi Protas.
Okay, but the same you can say the same. You can say the same for Dubois. I would want to see another season like that. Granted, he had a good year, surprising the hell out of me. It looks like he found a place where he likes to play, and he's happy there. But I do, if I'm them, or a fan, I want to see another season of that before I'm convinced that that's the case. But it does seem like that. I mean, if you've turned Pierre-Luc Dubois around and made that trade, which looked like, wow, they got fleeced, and then you made it look like, oh, well, maybe they didn't actually, right? Yeah. So, yeah, if that can keep up, they're going to be playoff contenders. I don't think they'll lose that. I just don't think they're going to be a President's Choice Trophy contender.
No, but quickly look at their defense. They have Jacob Chychrun, who again fits like a glove, paired with John Carlson. Rasmus Sandin, who's really good. Matt Roy is pretty good.
Chychrun's got injury history. I don't know if he's over that. And
but when he's healthy, he's good.
Yes, there's no doubt. Chychrun is a good defenseman when he's healthy.
Martin Faravari works really well with them, and they have Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Yeah. It's a very decent defensive club.
Listen, we played them in the playoffs. So, yeah, their defense isn't bad. They're a good team. And listen, they're a good team. There's no doubt. And I don't know what kind of changes they made in the offseason, so I don't know. That's why I didn't want to lead with any of these. I don't know the changes.
The biggest
I don't think they did much. Eh? Sorry, Alex. What?
I mean, they didn't really make much of big moves, really.
I can't think of anything, really.
The biggest moves they made was at the deadline last year, and even that was minimal. The thing with the Caps, here's two other things I want to circle in on. Number one is John Carlson. Funny you mentioned him. He's going into his age 35 season. I'm not saying he's going to fall off and suck, but that's something to keep an eye on as he starts to get a little bit older. 35, not quite as spring chicken anymore. Quite a bit of mileage on that body.
Honestly, because it's new now. Like they have different levels of when you're in your prime. For defensemen, he's just at the end of his prime.
Yeah,
he's not really out of it.
That back nine for sure.
He's on the So at 35, it depends on the player. But there's no.
So say this is like the elevation. This is your prime. He's probably like right about here.
He's on. Yeah, he's somewhere near where the downswing.
Now my question is the downward trajectory going to be like this or like this? That's my thing with Carlson. Just because he's been in the league forever. And then another thing I want to point out with the Caps, the goalies played very well last year. Are they going to replicate that level of success? Because Darcy Kemper was looked to be their future goalie until he got shipped off to LA. They got Logan Thompson back, who played pretty well last year, and you still have Charlie Lindgren there too. I'm curious to see how that goes.
Lindgren sucks.
I'll tell you, Logan Thompson was fantastic in the playoffs. He was great.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. You go with Logan Thompson 100% of the time. He's only 28. Yeah. No, I have no problem with the goaltending, Alex. I think if they even get league average goaltending out of him, you're fine. They're gonna get. I think they get second. I think they get second in the Metro.
I'm gonna put him third. I'm gonna put him third in the division. I think there's some regression. Not enough for them to miss the playoffs, but I do think there is some regression. I'm gonna put them.
This guy stinks.
Oh, fuck you.
I want to maybe change. I think maybe Carolina comes in third and Washington in second. But then I'm looking at it and go, who the hell's going to come in first, though?
We're going to put the Devils there?
No. Absolutely
or the Rangers? Not. Can the Rangers? Like, who's going to...
Rick's going to shock everyone and call back to last week and said, I changed my mind. I'm putting Columbus in first.
No, but what I think I'm going to say is Washington finishes first in that division, but just not as high, in the conference. They won't have. I think he had 111 points. I don't know that they get 111.
Yeah,
because I don't know who else is gonna. I don't see anybody that's gonna pass those two teams really.
Yeah, those are two of the.
Well, we got two teams left, so let's quickly discuss them, and then maybe we could argue over the first in the division. Let's talk about New Jersey, because I can hear the sirens of the ambulance already, and the season hasn't even started yet.
Yeah.
This team, the injuries have plagued them beyond all belief, and I don't foresee it changing. I don't.
You never know. I mean, how many years can a team be highly injured like that?
Forever.
I think Dougie Hamilton has suffered like season-ending injuries the majority of the time he's been there. So
that's not the guy I'm looking at right now. It's time to consider Jack Hughes an injury plague player. This guy seems like he's hurt all the. He's so damn small. This kid needs to put on some meat.
But you know what? That makes you wonder why maybe James Higgins fell. They probably saw what happened with Jack. Like, that makes you wonder, doesn't it?
But at least you have him as a prospect.
It adds concern.
Have him put on a little bit of weight. We're at the point now, Jack, you got to put some weight on my guy. You're getting hurt way too often. You're a fantastic player. Top 10 center in the league, no question. This kid needs to put some fucking girth on.
Muscle.
Put some girth on.
Muscle. He needs muscle. If you remember in his draft year, he looked like he was frail. Yeah. Not, you know what I mean? Like he was a small guy.
Take a guess on how much he weighs.
178.
175.
No, I wasn't far off.
That's not enough.
No, and he's what, 5'10" or 5'11"?
5'11".
Yeah, so he's a bit thin. He needs to be in the gym more. I don't know why they haven't done that with him. He needs 10 pounds of muscle. Yeah. Yep.
He needs 15. And he needs to try to get to 190.
And by strengthening, it'll probably help with some of those injuries he's had. It's because he's not strong enough to absorb those hits. You take a guy like his line mate before the draft was Cole Caulfield, right? He's 5'8". Cole Caulfield, he did have the shoulder injury, but I don't think it was directly because he was small. He's a small guy, but man, his legs are like pillars. He's strong, even though he's small, and that's why he doesn't get hurt like that.
You're gonna catch Rick outside the balls. Yeah, the ball center.
Ball center. Don't catch me outside the balls. That's gonna hurt, man.
You're gonna catch Rick outside the Bell Center, And he's gonna be trying to take pictures of Cole Caulfield's legs, and he's going to see this guy's look at this meat.
No, there's pictures of him in shorts, whatever. He's got legs, same like Marty St. Louis.
Over them.
Marty St. Louis, who's also 5'7" or whatever. You see his legs still today. His legs are like crazy big, and that's why it's harder to knock a guy like that over. They got the low center of gravity, and they got those legs. So yeah, Jack Hughes needs to put muscle on.
I want to give Fitz, their general manager, some credit. That was an absolute steal getting Jake Allen for the contract that they did. He's only making $1.8 million a year. He was probably the most sought-out goalie on the market going into the year. 5 years, who cares? Even if he's 35, it's only $1.8 million. If he fucking falls off, you bury the contract. It's not like it's the end of the world.
He didn't want to go anywhere else.
No, he didn't.
At his age, he didn't want to. I think that's what I heard him say. So he took. They gave him a little extra years. They gave him 5 years? So didn't they? It's 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. He's age 35.
At 1.8,
he's 40.
At 1.8 million, with the cap going up, that's a bunt. It's nothing.
They can always buy the big issue too. Like it's such a small amount.
I think the big issue for the Devils right now, at least with their forward core as a whole, is the second line left winger spot. Andre Palat's not the player he used to be. He's fallen off, and that's pretty apparent. They need to add another legit left winger to this team. They got a great first line with Timo Meier, Jack Hughes, and Jesper Bratt. Assuming they want to run those three, unless if you want to move Meier into the second pair and move Palat up to the first pair along with Hughes and Bratt and let them carry him. And then you have...
I don't know if... I'm sorry, I don't know if they like Timo Meier because I think they were shopping him at one point.
Timo Meier...
They like him.
Timo Meier got the Travis Konechny contract. And I'd argue Konechny's been a better player than Meier since their contracts.
Yeah, no, I don't think Timo Meier's lived up to that contract value either.
Not yet. I agree with that.
Too much money.
Yeah,
absolutely
I mean, listen.
Agree with that take.
Dawson Mercer too. He needs to step up.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Their fourth line got bigger. Cody Glass, Paul Cotter, and Evgeny Dadonov. Yeah, fine. It's not bad. They got Connor Brown. It's not a bad team, but you want to know what? I just get worried. If one of their defensemen goes down, their season ends. Like, that's it. And Brett Pesce hasn't worked out for them. So, it's...
Have they signed Luke Hughes yet?
No.
Did they? No, they did. He's still an RFA. They got to figure that out.
They have not. So they need to figure that out too. They also need to figure out Simon Nemec because I guess there was rumors that he was unhappy, but that was a while ago, I think, when I read that. So I don't know. That likely changed. So, say that again, Rick.
I just agreeing with you.
Yeah. So hopefully that situation gets, resolved. Otherwise, you could probably see Simon Nemec as part of a package to go get Quinn.
Yeah,
because the Devils have all the leverage in that deal right now. So, and Brendan Dillon's good. Jonas Siegenthaler is good. Luke Hughes is good. Their left side's pretty solid. Their right side, if they can figure it out, will be fine. It's not that they're bad defensemen, but my God, dude, if one of those defensemen goes down, they crumble. And Sheldon Keefe. I don't know why I thought Todd McClellan. Sheldon Keefe, I thought was gonna actually have a good year with the Devils because I think it's a better built team, and he is a decent coach. And then all the injuries happen, and then Sheldon's just sitting there with his thumb up his ass. You know what I mean?
That's weird because I always say he looks like a thumb with hair. So it's be weird to have his thumb up his own ass.
Listen, the Devils are still a very young team. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. In terms of not competing. Timo Meier is probably their oldest core piece at 28. Jack Hughes is only 24. Bratt's 27. Dawson Mercer, who you can argue is hit or miss, is 23. Nico Hischier, who has probably been one of the better two-way centers in hockey over the last few years, is only 26. This Devils team's good. They just need What they need is they need a little more help on the wing, for sure. They need more out of Timo Meier, and they need another legit left winger.
Alex, they're the eighth. They're the eighth oldest team. Nashville's younger than them.
But I'm talking about their core. They have some old pieces that elevate this a bit. I mean, Palat's 34, Connor Brown's 31, Curtis McDermott's 31, Evgeny Dadonov, who was a big ad of the offseason, he's 36. Brendan Dillon's 34, Dougie Hamilton's 32. Both their goalies are 35. So it's elevated by the secondary pieces, but their core.
Dougie Hamilton. Dougie Hamilton has one foot in the grave, dude. That guy. Dougie Hamilton has one foot in the grave, dude. I mean, that guy is so injured.
Not a great way to put it.
Like it's bad. Like I don't even know what you want out of that. No, I have the Devils falling out. I don't think they make the playoffs.
Wow, that's interesting. Who'd you have it in the Metro taking their spot last time we did this? I forget.
I think it was Columbus.
Okay.
I think it was Columbus.
You know I don't. I like it. It's bold.
I just don't see because they're all it's the injuries for them, dude. Like that's what it is. And like you also look at Markstrom's 35 and then Jake Allen's 31, and they don't really have much outside of goaltending.
Jake Allen's 31. He's 34.
Jake Allen's 35.
Sorry, 34. 35. I'm sorry.
And Markstrom's 36. Markstrom, I think, is 36.
They're both 35.
Oh, even worse. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got my numbers messed up. I apologize. Yeah. So that's not great. It's not great.
No, aging goaltending. Yeah, definitely aging goaltending.
Markstrom's been okay. He's been good what they need him to be, but you still need a bit of a youthful goaltender. Like what? You're going to play each of them 41 games? Like you're going to play a 35-year-old like 60 games?
Wow. You got two 35-year-olds though. You got two of them. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, and like I mean, they have three goaltenders in their AHL affiliate, and Tyler Brennan, Jacob Malik, and Nico Dawes. But I don't know how close they are to breaking the NHL.
I think Dawes is probably closest of those guys.
Dawes is
maybe, but well, Jacob Malik's also 23, so I don't know. I don't know, but that's goaltending is something they need to address. I have a nice shiny Jonas Carpasalo if they want him.
I don't think so. That's a downgrade, if anything.
I will happily take back, you know, Jake Allen.
Yeah, they're not going to trade Jake Allen.
No, they're not going to do that. No, I know. No, I know. But no, I have them falling out. I don't even know where to place them. It depends on the amount of injuries they get for the year because you know they're at least good for one or two.
I'm going to put them at the second wild card. Actually, you know what? Shit, no, because then I have to put the fucking. You know what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm putting them at the second wild card.
I can see them falling out. I don't know.
I'll keep them in the playoff.
They're the best second wild card. How's that?
That's the best way you could describe them, Alex, is that they are the biggest wild card because they could be great, they could be bad, and you don't know. You never know which one you're going to get.
And
at least the other teams are kind enough to give.
They could be great and bad.
At least the other teams are kind enough to give you an indication.
It could be grad.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is if Jack Hughes goes down again this year, then again their season's lost. I don't even know what to tell you because they're just not getting it from the other people. I mean, yeah, you have Nico Hischier. That's great. Like he's awesome. I don't know. I just don't have faith that team can battle through injuries like others can. That's the problem. All right, let's go to New York, the last team. Who wants to fight over New York?
No, you guys start.
Can we just make fun of the GM for 5 minutes?
Chris Drury, dumbass. I hate him.
What have they added?
What player? They did add because they traded. Keanu Miller was a free agent.
Well, they added Gavrikov. That was a big ad.
Yes, that was good. That was
a big ad, but they lost Keandre Miller in the process. So,
yeah. So
double-edged sword.
All right.
Well, when you pay your goalie $11.5 million, you're kind of limited on what you can do. So there you go.
Yeah.
And then you have Artemi Panarin in the last year of his contract. No. I mean, let's be real here. Their defense is really not that. Their right side is really good. I'll say this: their right side is deep. Like they have Adam Fox, Will Borgen, Braden Schneider. It's a damn good right side.
Right.
Yeah, Vladislav Gavrikov. It does drop off to Carson. I think Susi. I can't pronounce his last name. And then Eero Vakanainen. Yeah, that I know. That he was a Bruin. That one I can get. And Vakanainen is a good depth guy. But I don't know. The left side is definitely not as strong as I think the right, and I think that's okay. I think the defense is good enough. I think the goaltending is there. I think Shesterkin just needs to have a rebound year, and he can't let the guy who's making $1.8 million outplay him, like in the form of Jonathan Quick, who has somehow found the fountain of youth. You cannot have that.
No.
Because you're going to look like the biggest jackass for signing that contract, more so than you already do. And they only have $770,000 in cap. So it's like, what are you going to do? They still got Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere, who's finally breaking through. Zibanejad,
so we thought, because he took a step back again last year after the breakout year he had 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it goes back to my conversation with if you look at the Bruins, everyone took a step back this past year for the Boston Bruins. That can happen. Especially with how far the Rangers fell. Look where they fell especially from the previous year. They went to for President's Trophy? They won the President's Trophy in 2023, 2024?
Yeah, I think so.
And then look where they fell. That happens. I'm not going to necessarily put that on Lafreniere.
Well, no. I saw the GM.
Not all on him, no, but he was part of it. They all struggled.
But Will Kuhl, I'm going to butcher that. Cooley, thank you.
Cooley.
JT Miller, Gabriel Perreault, who hopefully cracks the NHL roster and stays there.
That's a big prospect right there. Is Perreault.
Yeah. And hopefully he stays there. Uso Parssinen, not bad. Johnny Brodzinski, Adam Edstrom, Sam Carrick, Taylor Radish. Like it's not a bad team. I could actually see with how bad the Metro I think is. I could see it would be on the back of the goaltending and hopefully the top 6 that can get them to the first in the division.
So here's
they got a huge rebound year.
Here's my thing with the Rangers. This year is massive for them. You know why?
Yep.
Panarin's free agency year. If things go to shit for them again next year, what incentive do you have if you're Artemi Panarin to re-sign in Broadway?
Panarin wants a cup. I don't think he's going to resign.
So that's the thing, and that comes my argument. If the Rangers look like a team that can compete again, like they were 2 years ago, then it gives you more an incentive to stay. If the Rangers show again like this team is going to have their issues, there's a real chance he walks. He ain't a spring chicken. Panarin's, 32, I think? 33? 33. So he's on the back nine, too. Not saying he's bad. He's still got a few good years left in him. But he's definitely on the back nine. So
I agree. Ray seems to agree with you.
This year is massive for them. Now, here's my thing with the Rangers. Almost everything went fucking wrong for them last year. Everyone regressed. They were
the GM.
The best, most consistent forward last year is probably Vincent Trocheck.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Panarin scored 89 points in 80 games.
Well, for players living up to their standards, I think is probably the best way to put it. Because Panarin is consistently a 100-plus point guy. So Zibanejad was almost ran out of town by the entire fan base. Lafreniere had a bit of a down year. They brought back JT Miller from Vancouver after World War II happened there. And now they had the swap for Keandre Miller for Gavrikov. Now you look at the negatives of paying Igor Shesterkin $11.5 million, as you mentioned, Cam. You have a big chunk of your cap going to a goalie. He needs to be a top 3 goalie in the league if you're paying him that every single year. And I think he'll be back to that. But are the Rangers offensively going to get out of their damn way? Is the loss of Keandre Miller going to show its ugly head? Is the left side of the defense going to be a potential issue, as you mentioned? Is Gabriel Perreault gonna transition to this team and be a good add on the middle six.
You need that.
They need that. There's a lot of question marks with the Rangers, but as we mentioned, a lot more bad than good happened last year. I think the Rangers rebound. I do think they make the playoffs, and I'm going to put them second in the division.
You want to hear this crazy shit too? The difference in the Keandre Miller contract that Carolina offered versus what New York gave Gavrikov, and I would have. And Keandre Miller is 4 years younger. The difference was $500,000, and they didn't want to pay it.
Now, did they not want to pay him, or did he want out? I forget.
I don't know if he wanted out, but if that's the case, if that was your argument, and you're going to lose that player for $500,000, I think you're an idiot. Because I think Keandre Miller is going to be a stud in Carolina. Assuming he doesn't spit in Drew Doughty's face again.
But we know the mistakes the GM made, so
well, listen, I'm not a huge fan of Trouba, but he ran Trouba out of town. Who else did he threaten? He threatened a lot of their players.
Yeah. Oh, who was the other way? I think Miller, he did. Keandre Miller as well. I read something about it. And there's another guy. I'm trying to think of the name. Oh, yeah,
people
Chris
must
Kreider.
love to want to play for him.
Chris Kreider.
People must love to want to go and play for that. If that's how the GM's going to treat you, reminds me of what they did to what Vegas did to Marc-Andre Fleury. Fleury didn't know he was traded until the Chicago GM called him.
That's dirty.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
So the big issue too is Chris Drury. Is this team going to want to play for him? So Drury, you're on strike too, my guy, with this dirty bullshit. Say what you want about Trouba, but they did him dirty. They did Barclay Goodrow dirty. You screw up another guy like hypothetically, but Mika Zibanejad, who is now I think he's their longest tenured Ranger now that Kreider's gone. Another guy they lost.
Unless you count JT Miller's second stint.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking consecutively.
Unless you count that, but I don't think that counts.
Yeah. No. But if you're talking consecutively, I think Zibanejad's the longest tenured player.
I think you're right.
If hypothetically they send him out and do him dirty, this team's going to not want to play for this fucking general manager.
Well, that's the thing. He has a no movement clause.
Well,
so go ahead.
That didn't stop Trouba. That didn't. So.
Right.
Because what they threatened
him. They threatened Trouba.
They did. They said we'll just put you on waivers.
If he has another rough start this year, because they were healthy scratchings of Zibanejad at the last season. So
yeah, they said we'll just put you on waivers and you'll definitely get claimed, and that way you don't have a choice of where you go. And then Drury's like, we'd rather give you the choice, and Trouba's just like, so you're threatening me, because that's messed up. And that wasn't the only thing that Trouba came out and said about it. I think he had a whole bunch to say about the organization and how they treat their players. It's not great. So I wouldn't want to play for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say I do think it goes better. I'll put them second, but it's in spite of. I mean, it's despite their GM, not because of him.
I don't think it's I don't think if they succeed, I don't think it's because of Chris Drury. I don't think if they succeed, it would be because of him. Because I think they would do it just to hate him. And I mean, I guess while you can contribute that a bit, I can't stand him, dude. I don't like guys that do that to players.
Dirtbag.
Then you dirtbag. Doesn't matter who offered the person that contract. That is a contract, and whether you believe that should have been signed or not, you still that's a legal thing. You got to respect them. And again, the guy's also putting butts in seats. I don't know. Fuck Matt Rempe too while I'm at it.
He said, "Fuck Matt Rempe." Just to throw that out there.
He's going to be the new Tom Wilson, I'm convinced. So do with that what you will. I don't know. I think they have a high probability of turning it around and getting back to where they were. Who's their captain now? That's my question.
I honestly, I don't know. I'm going to say they struggle to make the wild card with New Jersey. One of those two makes it, one doesn't.
It's a fair point. I'm just gonna be bold and say it's gonna be a massive rebound year for them, because I feel like they could. Their top six is good enough to get it done.
They could. I wouldn't
Rick does not have anyone ending third in the wait. No, you picked.
Yeah, no, I did.
Who'd you pick winning the division? Washington.
Washington, yeah.
Who'd you pick second? That's the team.
Oh, I'll say this. I think maybe a team like Columbus or something like that might step up. There's going to be a team that steps up in this division.
Don't hate that. I don't hate that take.
I hate that take.
For you. It's your problem.
Shut up, Rick. Be nice to me. I'm very sensitive today. I don't know, guys. It's the Metro. In all honesty, guys, the Metro sucks. I really don't think that there is really a very strong standout team there for me, and like people can hate me on it. I think it's the third best division, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I think the Pacific isn't that good. Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there, but I think the Rangers are good enough to kind of get there.
They may be, but maybe not. Depends. If they really are not happy with the GM, I don't know. I don't think they're going to have a good season. So that's what I'm saying.
I think I'm hoping Drury learned lessons, because if he didn't, boy, it's
leopard change its spots.
Up. Say that again, Rick.
Does a leopard change its spots?
No.
All
right, well, let's get into the final topic of the evening. Let's go over the top 20 wingers in the NHL. We'll do this pretty quickly. I'm going to display it here, and then I'm going to just kind of run through them very quickly. So at number 1, we have Nikita Kucherov. Number 2, David Pastrnak. 3, Kirill Kaprizov. 4, Mikko Rantanen. 5, Mitch Marner. 6, William Nylander. 7, Matthew Tkachuk. 8, Sam Reinhart. 9, Kyle Connor. 10, Artemi Panarin. 11, Jake Gensel. 12, Jesper Bratt. 13, Brendan Hagel. 14, Brady Tkachuk. 15, Clayton Keller. 16, Jason Robertson. 17, Alex Ovechkin. 18, Philip Forsberg. 19, Matt Boldy. And 20, Adrian Kempe. Do you guys feel like these are appropriately accurate? Because I just have a few that I think I would have swapped.
I have no problem with it, to be honest.
There's a few guys. I don't know if I'd put Boldy or Kempe on that. I feel like there's guys like Touch, Caulfield.
Touch? Who's Touch? You're not allowed to touch.
The guy from the Sabres,
Tuck.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I went almost a whole episode without watching the name.
I know. Alex, the name
stinks.
You didn't make that soundbite a little louder. But yeah, him, Caulfield, Konechny, few others I could probably think of off the top of my head that might be more deserving.
I wouldn't argue putting Caulfield in there, but I'm nice to hear you do that.
I might argue Konechny.
I don't know if Caulfield's there yet, but I think after this season he will be. So next season, if he's not there, I might argue it.
Yeah, I just have argues with some of them as the placements. I don't have an argument with the people who are on the list. I think just the placement. Like Rantanen, I would put above Kaprizov. I mean, it's just a swap of a swap of like 3 and 4. Yep, eat me. I definitely think Ovechkin is way too low. He just broke the goal scoring record, and where did they put him?
17.
They put him at 17. The guy has how many 40-goal seasons? They're smoking.
I think they're just doing it based off of last year's play, but I would have brought him up just because he broke the record in general.
But it's a prediction for next season, isn't it? Or this coming season, right?
Yeah, it's I think top 20 wings right now, yeah.
Yeah, right now they are currently playing.
I want to say
they're currently playing. I'm not going to just go off of last year. If they're just going off of last year, that's wild. You can't.
No, they're going up. It's a prediction for who they think are the top 20 going into this season.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's fair considering Ovi's age. I think that's fair to have him where he is.
I don't know. I would swap Ovechkin with Panarin and then Panarin with Jesper Bratt. So basically, I would have Ovi at 10 and I would have Panarin at 12.
He's a tough man. Like it's just those bottom two that I really have an issue with. Other than that, the placement isn't too bad to me. But
yeah, I have no problem with the placement.
It's more just I don't know if I put Boldy and Kempe in there over some of the other guys. That
Boldy and Kempe
could have been a lot more deserving.
You could probably put other guys in there and then say, well, there's other guys that, there's probably a bunch of guys. This is who they picked.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're not deserving, but yeah, I don't disagree. Sure, I can put Caulfield there in the bottom of that list and it'd be fine. This is who
There's
they had
probably
in their
so
list.
many honorable. You could list off like at least 5 or 6 honorable mentions. Easy.
Bet you Mitchkov's on that list next year.
Who?
He's too young, dude.
Mitchkov
He's too young.
Next
year.
He might.
It'll be his sophomore season. I think 20 goal. Goal out of the top. Yeah, goal scores. Out of the top 20 goal score. I'm sorry, wingers. Right now that these have listed, how many of them are second-year players?
None.
None of them. So
Mitchkov
is not making that list.
But why?
I don't know that, man, because we had our prediction show. I have him breaking out over a point per game this year.
Yo, what if he hits 90? What if Demidov in his rookie season hits?
But that's your sophomore. But that's your sophomore year, though. That you don't have trending to do that with those guys that they mentioned. They have years in the league that suggest that they are.
Is that what 20. This is about?
It's the top 20 players now.
It's the top 20 players they feel going into this season.
That are active. No, I think you got because then it wouldn't make sense. Right now, meaning the ones that are actively playing, out of their entire careers, that makes sense.
But of course, they're all playing because it's the top 20 wings going into the season.
But I feel like their trending definitely just has a huge point to it. Like that. Otherwise, I don't think Ovechkin would be on the list. Otherwise, I don't think Kenny would be on the list.
And he's trending at 17, and it's the NHL, so it's from the NHL. I have no problem with this list. I don't. Could you move names around? Sure. Why
Florida fans are going to think Matthew Tkachuk got robbed of number 1.
Matthew Tkachuk got robbed at number 1? No.
Yeah, that's what Florida fans are going to say.
If anything, he's too high. He was hurt most of the year, and he didn't have the best playoffs either.
Right.
Oh, but wait, guys, I thought it was right now. Like right now.
No, but if anything, that might be
right now. A few years. Chuck's probably going under the knife.
You can make an argument to say that maybe he's a little too high on that list.
That one I agree with.
I don't. That's fine with me.
Guys, it's probably over the last 3 seasons that they're doing those stats. Like they have to justify doing it. They're not just going to do it off of 1 season. No, but if Tkachuk was injured for most of this season, why is he number 7?
Because they're saying, and you know what? You're probably right.
Because they're saying
the news is out that he might not start the season. If that's the case, okay. But the prediction here is
it off of the last 3 years. I bet you
these are someone's opinion in the NHL. I don't know if it's a group or what of who the top 20 wingers are going into the season before the season starts.
Based on what? Probably the last 3 years. Otherwise, Caulfield might be on that list. If it wasn't based off of previous then Caulfield would be on the list. How many goals did he score this season?
37. Not this season.
That's pretty good.
It was last season. I'm not saying Caulfield couldn't be on the list. I'm not saying that. It's just
that's why. But I'm just telling you, that's where I think that data is coming from because they're not just going to make it off of one.
I think Alex Tuch's really had an argument to be on this list. I would have put him over definitely Boldy and Kempe for sure. Look at Tuch's
I think anyone would say that considering what the Buffalo Sabres are doing.
Look at Tuch's last 3 years and tell me he didn't deserve it. 3 years ago, 36 goals, 43 assists, 79 points. 2 years ago, 22 goals, 37 assists, 59 points. Last year, 36 goals, 31 assists, 67 points. I think he's a guy.
No, I agree.
Well,
but I think
Caulfield had better numbers than that. No.
Well, I know, but if you're going by Cam's argument, then I'm just going by like the 3 year grouping.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
I see.
I agree.
And you're probably right. when you think about it, you're probably right, and that's why Caulfield's not there, is because he doesn't have the three full seasons.
But then why isn't Konechny there? Because he's been trending up each of the 3 years. He won 61, 68, 76.
So hasn't Matt Boldy, but I wonder if it's
but
partially
Konechny
because
had
of
more
age.
points than Boldy last year.
I bet you it could be part of age because there's still room for development. So I think there's a couple factors that they did to take this into consideration: age, trajectory over the last 3 seasons or 4 seasons, what have you, and then probably a little bit more of last season and their prediction for this season. Like I feel like there's a couple. It was multifaceted.
Could be. Age must have something to do with it, and that's why Ovi is lower.
That's why I think that part is where it's going to be projecting to next season. You know what I mean? Like they probably don't think Ovechkin's going to score 40 goals. He probably will.
Yeah.
We didn't think he was going to break the record this year. Look what he did.
Yeah, but I wonder now that he's broken the record, like, is that motivation still there to be that prolific?
That's
where it definitely was last
night.
season. Yeah, no, it is. I'm just saying that's my question on
that. I think it's a good one. I think it's a good point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for episode 80 of the
That's going to do
podcast. That's going to do it. That's it. That's it. No more. No mas. We will be back. We will be back. Whether you like it or not, we will be back. Next week, we're going to start, I believe, our discussion on the Pacific, right?
Pacific. Yeah, I think we're doing Pacific next.
Yeah.
There you go. And from there, we will then go on to the Atlantic and whatever topics we really want to freaking talk about. So just we're a roller coaster. Just be here. Enjoy the ride. We'll happy to have you. We might even have a giveaway. Hey, fuck it. We might even have a giveaway. Who knows? Anyway, check out our website, don'tpuckwithmedia.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe to all of our socials. Follow us. We're on everywhere. We're literally everywhere. We just post our shit everywhere. It's kind of crazy. We're like spam bots at this point. We do have something in the making, though, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the process of starting up a Discord server. So be on the lookout for that, where you can actually chat with us live, get to know us a little bit, and whatever else you want to do. Otherwise, until then, you can connect with us on don'tpuckwithmedia.com. There's a connect with us button there. It gets right to us. Also, you can comment on in the comment section. We do respond. Those are us. It's not a bot. We love you. We want to hear your thoughts. Call us crazy. Call Rick Gold. Call Alex Bald. Call me stupid. I don't care. We're having a good time. But until next time, guys. Good night.
Call Alex Bald.
I called myself stupid, Alex. So there you go. I don't know what you want.
I know, but I'm
Alex, buddy, I'm with you. Okay,
that's
solidarity. Solidarity. I am here with you. I am here with you.
Bald. Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Promise that you'll catch me.